really surprised me. Morning. Glad y'all are here today. Come spend some time with us. Got a few little projects we're working on today. Y'all are down here. Some of y'all that are new to the channel hadn't seen the rest of my cows. Well, I'm down here with them now. She was a bottle baby, and she's still my baby. We moved the chickens this morning. Didn't want to bore you with that. Y'all seen us do that numerous times. But we put them down here in our farm pasture to let them work on what's left of this hay roll here. So they'll stay down here about a week. They'll do a heck of a number on that, spreading it out. This one's going to the processor in July. This one might just be a milk cow one day. She's a Black Angus, but who knows? Seen folks on Facebook and different places do that. She's just gentle as can be. And she's my baby. Today's my daddy's birthday. So me and Andy's gonna work on a little project to give him from the kids.
So guys, Megan and the kids are back at the house working on that little birthday surprise for her daddy. I've come up here. I'm gonna bust up this patch right here, and we're gonna sow this in sweet sorghum. We may not make our own molasses this year, but we're at least gonna grow us a patch just to grow it and see how it performs and everything. But because I've not got any experience at all with growing sorghum. Old Justin over at Metcalf Mills, he hooked me up with some seeds, and so I want to plant them. And if I don't do anything else, I at least want to get some seed stock built up to where next year I've got plenty of seeds to plant. Then I can maybe possibly have time to get more serious about making molasses and everything. But here's the thing. Megan and the kids think that we're going to be working all day. We've got this big old day of stuff planned out, and yes, we've got 500,000 things around here that we need to be doing. It never stops, y'all. It never stops. There's always something. It don't matter if we work all the time, we never ever get caught up. So I got a little surprise for them. What's one more day gonna hurt? So we're gonna take us a little trip here. Probably just spend the rest of the day up there, and then we gotta come back by her mom and daddy's and give her daddy his birthday present. But anyways, I'm gonna get this spot right here busted up, so it'll be ready for me to fix up the plant a little bit later this week. We hope y'all enjoy the rest of the video. Well, y'all, that worked up pretty good. It's a little bit wet, and I knew it was gonna be, but like right here, I mean, we're gonna have some clods to deal with in this, but I'm hoping when I come back through here with the tiller, it busts a lot of that stuff up. If you don't remember, you can look way back in our videos. I think it was a video from last year. Right here was a big brush pile that we had. And that's why the soil's a whole lot blacker right here, because there's a lot of ash and stuff that's still laying there in the ground. But this place has really took a change since then, because there was a big brush pile we were burning right out there in the potato patch, and there was a big brush pile right here. And less than a year's time, it has really turned around. It really has. Wanted to get this busted up so it could be drying out, because it looks like we've got nice weather for the upcoming week here, and I'm hoping maybe tomorrow evening when I get in from work, or maybe the next day when I get in from work, I can hook up the tiller and come up here and get this ground up real good, and probably go ahead and try to get our sorghum planted. Let's get to the house now and go surprise Megan and them, tell them that we really ain't going to be working the rest of the day. So you know something, y'all, I don't really say a whole lot about it much or whatever, but that's something that's been kind of, I guess you could say, bothering me lately, is the fact that how fast time is flying by. Like, it just blows my mind that Jacob's almost 8 years old, Maggie's 5. It's just, we've been married 10 years. I mean, I don't know. I'm like, where did the time go? It's almost like it went so fast that I don't even remember. It's just blowing my mind. And, you know, we work a lot. I work a lot. Honestly, I have more work to do with my business that I run right now than I could ever probably even get done. That's how far we are behind. And that kind of stuff really stresses me out. That probably stresses me out more than anything in life. And, you know, with help nowadays and labor and everything, it just seems that it's really hard to find help. So you can't get so much done. And a lot of this stuff has just been put on me. And so, like I said, today I just wanted to, out of the blue, decided that I wanted to take a little trip. So that's what we're going to do.
We got Daddy's present made and got him some brownies made. I was aiming to record that, but I got surprised that Andy come in and wanted to know if we wanted to ride up on the mountain. That's what we always call it, riding up on the mountain up Meadows of Dan, Virginia. To Mabry Mill. A lot of y'all probably heard of that, but that's somewhere that I grew up going and Andy grew up going, and the last few times we've been, the mill's been closed, and we're hoping it's open today now that it's not the off season. But I got Daddy's present with me and his brownies. Their house is kind of on the way back home from up there. And he really surprised me. So we're going to go spend the day together. Maybe I can get a little footage along the way.
I grew up here. Well, I say I grew up here. Anytime we would ever take a short day trip, this is where we come to, because it's not too far from our house. I mean, maybe an hour and 15 minutes at the most.
Well, now that they're working on the mountain.
Yeah, now that they're working on the road going up a mountain.
Yeah, I'm going to give y'all some footage of that too, just see what they're doing to this mountain up here.
Y'all, if I don't know, you probably won't be able to see it too good in the camera, but knowing what this place used to look like and seeing what they've done to this mountainside, making this new road up the mountain, it's awful. But I guess it's progress. You know, it's supposedly what we gotta have to keep things going here in this country. I guess they needed something to spend some money on. I don't know. But anyways, the road going up the mountain is narrow and curvy, and I mean, a lot of big trucks and tractors and trailers and stuff come down that mountain and up it, and I don't know. I just don't know if it's as big a problem as they made it out to be.
I got a picture for Papa.
Yep. Papa's a fan of Ford tractors, so.
And they saw it. We made it.
So we're heading up Highway 58, headed up to Meadows of Dan. They're doing a lot of road construction. They're running this, gonna run this interstate through here at some point or another. Now, I guess the thing that turns my stomach about it is these people preach, cows, farts are killing the environment. And I want to know why the environmentalists don't eat up stuff like this. And we did hear through the grapevine they also weren't allowed to even sell the timber off of all this that they cut.
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing I ever heard. They have had to burn and we're talking hundreds of acres here that's been cleared, ain't it?
Yeah.
All the way up through here.
You can see up on the backside of him there, you seen them brush piles.
All this timber, we're good timber. They couldn't even sell it for whatever reason. I have no idea why. One of the local people up here is the one that told me this, and it looks pretty obvious because none of it's been harvested. It's just laying on the ground. But they've up here towards the top of the mountain, they've burned it all. They've had to burn every single bit of it to get it out of their way because they could not sell the logs out of it. I don't know why. I don't know. That's all I know. But that makes absolutely no sense to me. I do know that I also heard through the grapevine, actually I think I read it in a magazine article on this, that this was this is the most expensive DOT project they've ever had in Virginia. And I can see why. Once we get up here and you see the work they're doing, it's amazing. Look at all those tractors for sale.
Why is that Florida? Give it to Papa for a birthday present.
We might have to stop by there and look at those on the way home.
Daddy.
So here's part of the construction. You can see all this was wooded. There's some people off looking at it, but all this was wooded areas. Now they cut all this timber, couldn't do anything with it but burn it. You can just see
Look at the erosion that's already happened on the side of that mountain.
Yep.
And like I said, y'all, we're not trying to bash this because I've heard a lot of people say that this company is doing an extremely well job, that they're up here supporting all the local businesses and everything, all that stuff is great. But our point is how come environmentalists don't jump on stuff like this, but yet, like she just said, supposedly cow farts is ruining the environment. You know, that I think is what bothers us more than anything. Like I said, we understand they got to build the road and they're going to have to do what they got to do. But just let's look right here in front of us. And it looks like it's going to be foggy up here when we get to the top of the mountain, which that kind of sucks. The one day I decide to come up here and take the time to come up here, it's going to be foggy. But maybe it won't last all day.
Peterbilt. I can't get out when down here on the mountains.
I can't tell where we're at.
Lover's Leap's right up here.
Okay. Well, we ain't gonna get to see off of Lover's Leap today. Oh yeah, here we are.
Lover's Leap.
So y'all, right here's Lover's Leap, and it's a big pull off, and you can look out into that valley across there, which you can't see today. But y'all, it's beautiful. Hopefully when we come back down, we'll be able to see. Maybe it'll be cleared off. Maggie.
So guys, if you're ever up in Meadows of Dan, check out Jane's Country Cafe. We also walked right across the parking lot here and got us a cone of ice cream
At the Poor Farmers Market.
at the Poor Farmers Market. So those are some nice places to visit if you're ever up this way.
What is that song?
Which
Wordle.
A motel.
A motel.
y'all were getting on the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Yep, fog let up.
Blue.
Still, I mean, not pretty, but at least we can see in front of us now.
Yeah.
Wait, I hope this means it won't be foggy at the mill. Alright then, they'll check it out. Why are you going to do it? I'm trying to do it with my Sharpie. How long might it take us? Whatever that it says, we're getting close. Lord.
Holy cow, it's packed.
Oh my low, it's packed.
Put all the juice from that press into this. You might get to see this happen in real life here before long.
What?
That's why we're planting sorghum.
That's why we're planting sorghum. That man gave me all that stuff to make it with. It's cold up here. We should have brought a coat. We'll have to go up on the other side and you see how it runs down and it runs to that water wheel and power that water wheel.
How can I go away? What's this?
So the parkway is right here, I guess, and it was a dirt road, it looks like.
So?
Which I'm guessing back then it probably wasn't a parkway. It was probably an actual road, wasn't it?
Yeah, the parkway was built in the 30s.
What's this?
This is your flour, your cornmeal.
Flour. What's this?
I think that's where they used to sell it when I was a kid.
Yeah, they used to sell it in here. They actually ground it here.
Yeah.
I don't guess they do that no more. Look up here, Jacob. Oh, I was about to go up there. And we can't.
Employees only. And you're not employed.
I know.
Yes. Maggie?
Look, this was a saw that must have run off of it too.
I'm not down yet.
Jigsaw.
I want this toy.
Yep, right, look. Somehow or another, these would have been powered by it all.
Daddy, I want this toy.
Well, that'd be pretty cool to have, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I bet this thing leaks. Look up there at the roof. You can see through it.
Yep.
It leaks. But it's raining. Or is it still? Like 10 times.
Yeah.
Something tells me that this is not that.
Why?
This is it. That is not
They
that.
moved it.
They moved. What do you mean?
I think they moved this one. Yep, relocation.
Wow.
See in there?
Wow.
I think it was last year or year before we come up here and they were actually working in there.
No, it wasn't. I don't remember that.
It's been a while. It may have been longer than that.
What's that? What's that?
Jacob, look, they channel that water out of the creek and made this channel here. And then it will run down there.
What is that?
That's another creek coming in the hill. Or was. And it run down there and power the wheel on the side of the mill. Right now it's stuck. It's amazing what they came up with over 100 years ago.
Yeah, it is. I feel like people back then was a little smarter than we are.
I feel like people back then worked a whole lot harder. This seemed like it'd be a whole lot more work than what they would do nowadays. People wouldn't even consider doing something like this just to get cornmeal.
This just to get cornmeal?
Yeah.
Bye bye, Lou. Sand. Nummy. I got mud.
Come on, guys.
What that? It's making me fun.
And this was the original meal spot and everything, from my
Yeah,
understanding.
this is
I mean,
it. This is where it was actually.
and the
set
Blue
up.
Ridge Parkway just happened to come by.
The Blue Ridge Parkway come through here when they built the parkway, and now the government owns all this. But the Mabry family that owned it back then is still living up here. You know, they still have descendants up here today. I don't know if you noticed or not, the roof has gotten really bad, and the water wheel has gotten really bad, and I know there's been a lot of controversy about that, you know, and people
And they're
complaining.
supposed to dredge this pond because this used to be a pond.
Yeah, this used to be a beautiful pond.
Yeah.
But everything's just falling apart. Like I said,
That's a bad pond.
the government owns it, so there's nothing no local people can really do. But supposedly it's in the works to fix it. I guess we'll see.
I hope so.
I hope so too, because if they don't fix it, it ain't gonna be here much longer.
Yeah, they better be fixing it.
That roof is terrible.
We enjoyed Mabry Mill and done some riding around, just looking at different things. Me and Andy like to do a lot of hoping and dreaming, so we've just been riding around looking at some places we had seen online for sale. And well, we're heading back down the mountain. It's a little clearer than it was on the way up here, so maybe I can show y'all a little more. Well, may have told a fib. We're actually back in the fog. Here it is, 3 o'clock in the evening, and it's still foggy. It's still foggy through here.
These horses haven't got a break.
It's been clear everywhere. It's that right through here on top of this mountain.
The fog's just getting thicker, so we're probably not going to be able to show y'all off the overlook on the way back down either.
Yep.
She couldn't hang anymore. You ain't gonna smile at me?
Somebody's cleaning off from around the old birdhouse house. It ain't even no use in pulling over.
Yep, we're at the look off. That's over here. And yeah,
That's crazy.
we ain't seeing nothing today.
Maybe tomorrow. We're not even coming up here tomorrow.
See if I can show y'all a little more of this construction work going on as we're going back down.
Construction work. Dump trucks, excavators.
Y'all, this right here beside us used to be a straight up and down cliff right here. I'm pretty sure they're taking off the top of one mountain and putting it into that hollow there.
Wow.
There's a pretty view out across there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just couldn't see that right there because this was all wooded, but
Now you can.
I hope y'all can tell just how huge those dump trucks are.
They're like
You could put like 2 or 3 of the trucks we're driving right now inside the bed of them.
Yeah.
And this truck is probably like
They got some massive equipment on this job. And this pond way over yonder where you can see on that other mountain is where the road's gonna go.
Yeah, see over there where they've clearing out part of that too.
Oh my! I didn't even notice that.
Well, y'all, we made it back from our little trip today. We had a good time. Glad y'all came along with us. I stayed home and cleaned up from supper, got the kids washed. Andy went and checked on the gardens and found a new pest.
Yeah, I went back up there to the spot y'all saw me in earlier in the video, and I took the tractor and tilled it all up. And, well, I went across the road over to the other garden, just walking around, looking at things and checking things out. And I get out towards the far end, towards the neighbors.
This is our field corn.
Yeah, our field corn. I get out towards the neighbor's trailer out there, and nothing ever bothers anything out there because they have so many dogs. It's like it keeps the deer and stuff out. I'm walking around looking, and I'm like, what is eating on this corn? And something had went around. I mean, I'm talking some of the stalks that were this tall are now bit down to this tall. And I'm like, what in the world? And those for you who don't know much about corn, that's probably going to ruin that corn. Like, it probably won't make anything after being cut off like that. And I was like, what has done this? Well, I seen tracks everywhere, but I was like, these are not deer tracks, you know, and deer's the only thing I'm thinking in my mind. And, well, it hit me. It was a donkey track. The neighbor's got a donkey up there, and apparently his donkey has been out. His donkey was in the fence just now. I checked just to look, just to see, but yeah, apparently the neighbor's donkey's been out. So the top 5, probably 5 or 6 rows towards that end of the field, yeah, he done a number on it. And there was some pretty corn out there, so I guess we'll see if it comes back out or not. I highly doubt it. It'll come out, but it'll, like, disform it, I guess you'd say, to where it won't really make anything. So I'm interested to see what happens with that, but if that happens again, we may have to have a talking to with the neighbor and tell him he better be keeping his donkey in him. It's not one thing, it's two. Always with gardening, something seems like it's trying to work against you. But I'm sure many of y'all know how that goes too.
We appreciate y'all spending a little time with us, and we appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you later.